Good morning, everyone. This is Friday, the 26th of October. We just confirmed on all currencies to go up. Of course, this will be going down, of course, but we have already hit targets, but I still feel this thing's going to go up. It's just whether it gives us an entry or not. I mean, you can enter here. It's just riskier taking an entry on a currency that's in the middle of a move. I like to take trades when they're at the starts of their moves, but everything is showing up, nothing is showing down. We have come up and hit targets on all the currencies, but it's such a strong move up. This thing's going to continue up, I believe. We'll see what target it lands on and trade back down if we can, or find an entry up somehow. Yeah, I don't know if this thing's going to come down any further. And of course, it's risky getting in here, guys. See how the euro pulled back? The pound's at the start of the move, so I don't know if this is going to come all the way back down here. But obviously, the starts of moves are down here. But anyway, like I said, it's risky getting in here, but it has to break its top. All currencies have already hit targets. So anyway, we'll see if this thing continues going up. It has hit targets, so it is definitely riskier getting in here. Okay, I took a couple out of the up trade. I actually took a down trade on the announcement. I had my didn't have my microphone on, so I'm up 7 pips for the day. Now this still could go up, but you have to wait for it to come down to the bottom here. Now it is definitely a risky trade taking this right now, and the reason why is because it's already hit targets on every currency. Okay, the pound, where I have the pound wrapped, that's the start of the move, but keep in mind that's the breakout. Okay, so it could go up from here. I wouldn't take it till obviously it came down to where I just pointed out, but again, it's already hit target, so you're taking definitely a very risky trade. So we're bouncing in between targets. It's been a really, really tough week trading, guys. It's usually not this tough to find trades. I was just pointing out a trade to a fellow trader here, and the Guppy gave us a great trade last night. I don't know, it was around probably 5, 6 o'clock or so, and it came up, confirmed down without hitting a target. That's your key. You want to confirm. See how these confirm, but they confirm right into targets. So like I said, they're all at beginnings of moves right now, which is perfect entries. It's just whether it's going to continue going up because, like I said, it's already hit a target. So very risky getting in here. I'm going to wait before I take another trade here and see what kind of entry I can get. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up here, but it's very risky. Holy moly, I wasn't paying attention to the closures here. Okay, now guys, with these closures, now we're obviously down at the bottom, but it just closed. I don't have a confirming candle yet. This needs to confirm, close down below this line that I have wrapped on this red candle. Again, we'll be trading right into a target. I'd rather trade down than up, to be perfectly honest with you. So I have to wait for these candles that are currently forming right here. I need those candles to close to tell me that it's holding this move, the target that we hit. So, obviously you can get in here going down, but again, you're getting into a very risky trade because it hasn't shown that it's holding the move yet. Although those are big candles, I do think it's going down now. In other words, would I stay in an up trade if I was in an up trade? I wouldn't personally. That's why it's important to get into a good entry. You get at the start of the move. Now, it could still go up. I don't know which way it's going when it bounces in between targets. It's just a guess. That's why I kind of just stay out. Or if I do trade it, I wait for it to come down to the very bottom, which it did. See how these came down to the very bottom of these starts of moves? Came down to the very bottom. If I were going to take a down trade, you have to wait for it to get up to the top here. This to get down to the bottom. These to come up. Now see where I have some of these lines that can hold it from getting up to the top there. But that's where you want to take a trade down when it comes up in here, not in the middle of the move. You never take a trade in the middle of the move. You wait for it to pull back up to somewhat the start of the move and then get into a trade. You take a trade in the middle of the move, you cannot get out of it. If you let's say that if you took this up, like I was saying, if you're going to take it, you can manage your way out of that because there's a 2-pip spread. And if you think it's going down, then obviously you get out of it and then you get into a down trade or whatever. But nothing, there's no confirmation saying it's going down yet. So I'm not saying get into a down trade. I'm just saying if you were, you have to wait for it to pull back and get into it down here. Okay. Again, how I was pointing out, if you take a down or an up trade, you get in at the start of the move here. See how far the euro came up. It's like, okay, it's at the start of the move, but the euro yen was down here. So this has to come back further. If this is going down, this is where it's going down from, because you have to wait for all currencies to get to where they want to get. I'm not saying to take a down trade here, but if you were to take a down trade, you take it at the start of the move. These were all at starts of moves, and that's where you enter, taking a down trade. And see, that's what it's doing. Don't know how far it's going to go. I'm just saying if you are taking a down trade, that's where you take it. But we are bouncing in between targets, so it's just a guessing game right now. But it's just showing you different entries if you feel it's going in that direction, because it has already hit a target. We're going in between targets. See, if I wrap this red candle right here, that's the breakout. See how this came down? Here's the start of the up move. This is where this broke out. That whole channel right there becomes a target. So you think it's going up here because of this confirming trade up, but it's confirming right into a target. So there's the start of a move for a trade down. And I know for the new people it confuses the heck out of you, but you just have to kind of look at everything all at once. It's at the start of a move, start of a move, start of a move. So that's it. All the currencies are saying up. See how the guppy came down and confirmed up now, and all of them are lining up now finally saying they want to go up. The only thing about this, obviously, we have to break targets, but they're all saying they want to go up now. Trading right into targets though. I'm still waiting for everything to line up at a top or bottom at the exact same time. So I'm still holding off. Took a couple small trades earlier, but wasn't confident to stay in them. So we have to wait for these all to line up at a top or a bottom at the same time, and just it's all about patience, guys. Been a roller coaster this morning, but the guppy and the yens have confirmed down, you know, from back here, and your entry's here, your entry was here on the euro yen, but this is still saying down on the guppy. It hasn't reached its target yet, so it's still saying down, nothing's saying up. And the pound just confirmed down, but it's confirming down right into a target. These aren't ready to stop yet. The safest trade is to wait for these to show a red candle, this to show, well, this one finally did show a blue candle. But nothing is saying up now, it's still saying down. These obviously have not shown anything saying down, but these down here are saying down. Entries on these, of course, if you decide to take these, are at the very back, and this would be up in here. Before this thing's really going to move, it has to find a top up here before these really move and break out. Safest trade is wait for the euro, although I do think it's going to go down from here. Wait for the euro to show a blue candle, or a red candle, I'm sorry. That's the safest trade. Been down on all morning with the bottom charts. It just had to wait for the top charts to find their tops before this thing really went down, and that's exactly what it's doing. Things are finally lining up. You had to wait for the pound to hit its top and confirm. That's exactly what it did. See how this confirmed? Confirmed. Beginning of a move, beginning of a move. How's that for a trade? Now we do have an announcement in 3 minutes, so you have to be careful. And see, it's all about these lining up. See how this confirmed? Again, I'm just going over it for a second time. Doesn't mean that this is going to be a good trade up here, okay? Because this is what you're trading into. This is a better trade here. These are going down, right? So, but it's just waiting to have these find their tops. The euro, you had a blue candle at least on this. You didn't have a red candle on this. So, you know, that's not the time I would take the euro trade. These would be your safer trades down here. Obviously. Holy moly. Pretty good trade. Okay, the euro is about ready to confirm down, and the Swissy is about ready to confirm up. We are down at the bottom on the lower chart, so you have to be careful here. They have to blast through the bottom for these top charts to be a good trade. Obviously the bottom charts were the currencies you wanted to trade. So we'll see if this holds on up here and continues down. But it's telling me it's getting ready to confirm, telling me it still wants to go down. And the Swissy just confirmed up, of course. But keep in mind, you're at the bottom of these lower charts, so this has to break these bottoms and continue going down for this euro to be a good trade. I always like them when they're both at the top at the same time. Whenever you have one at the bottom and one at the top, it becomes a riskier trade. So, you know, it's just your decision whether you want to trade something that's, it just becomes riskier. I like them all at the top, but I still think this is a good trade. So the Swissy has to break this first move here. It has to hold on and continue going up for this to be a good trade, and these have to break their bottoms for this to be a good trade. So we'll see how far this thing goes, but you have to keep an eye on your first targets here, and hopefully it breaks these targets. See, the Swissy's at its target, and these have to break. So this has to be a powerful move, and we'll see if it breaks these targets here, guys. One thing about the euro is when you get in, when you it has a 2-pip spread, it gives you a chance to manage your trade because you should already be up in profit. It just has to break these targets here because it's already at a target. So it's just whether you have the guts to stay in it or not. But they are all lining up that we need these bottom charts to continue going. I've already made about 7 pips today, and in this trade I'm already up 7 right now, so I've definitely made my goal for the day. It's just whether I want to stay on and hold on to this trade or not. And you know, you might want to consider taking profit, and if it breaks, you can continue on in this trade. It just has to break. My trading rules is you have to take profit out of targets or get out of the trade at targets. Now, you might not seem like that's much of a trade, but if you get, let's say you just made 7 pips on this. Well, I made already 7 earlier, so I'm up 14 for the day, and it's all about making 10 a day, and if you make more than that, then that's great. So we'll see if this thing breaks. if this thing is going to continue to go up, you have to wait for it to, now it's already hit targets. It's obviously always riskier getting into trades once they've hit targets. But with that said, you always take profit out of targets, and if you can find a way to get back into a trade, you get back into a trade at the start of the move. Now this becomes the start of the move down here. Whether it gets all the way down there, I don't know if it's going to, because of the size of the candles. But if it's going to go back up, then this is where you get in. But it's always riskier getting into a trade once it's already hit its target. The top charts have been wanting to go up all morning, and the bottom charts have obviously gone down. Although if they've found their bottom, then this thing's going to continue up here. So, but again, it's always a riskier trade getting in when currencies have already hit their targets. I'm just pointing out starts of moves here, and if it is going to go up, it's probably going to go up from here, somewhere down in here. Like I said, I don't think it's going to go all the way back because of the size of those candles. But you never know once things have already hit their targets. So let's see what these things do. It's been actually a good trading day. It's just taking the trades, but it has been a little obviously going back and forth, trying to guess which way it's going to go. That's why entries are so important. This is where you have to make a decision whether you want to take this trade or not. The pound just confirmed down, so in my opinion, this thing's going to go down, but I wouldn't take this trade until it came back up in here, which I don't know whether it's going to do that or not, but now it's showing it wants to go down. It's just absolutely unbelievable how back and forth this thing is going today. So it's whether it gives you a pullback to a trade here. It's pretty bad because we're going in between targets right now, so it's kind of risky trading. But with good entries, you can find some pips here. It's been kind of a tough day, although I've done really well today. Boy, I'll tell you, I wish every day was like today. I'll point out what I was seeing here. Now, it's always riskier trading into a target, but see how the euro came up to a nice clean start, or nice clean target, I should say, a clean move. That's what becomes a target. So there's no confirming candle on this, but the pound confirmed again. So as this is telling me it wants to go down, okay? This is a future breakout, which is the start of a move. Same thing with this, how it pulled up into this move here. Let me move my lines here. Pulls up into the move. This is at the start of the move. This is at the start of the move. This is at the start, but it's at the bottom, of course. So this is the start of this clean move here. Now it closed down below that, but there's another target right here. So it doesn't matter. It's holding on this right here versus this. But this is what is really clean also. So everything's at the top going down, and we'll see how far this goes. Your entry is up in here. So it's just been a great day. And it makes up, when you have days like this, it makes up for all the crappy days, excuse my French, that we had during the week this week. So it ended up being a good week. Fridays a lot of times can be really good or really bad. Today was really good. I think that's it for today, guys. So I'm going to get on my bike and ride as everybody else goes to work. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Thanks. Bye.